this process. He has met his bail condition, and others have actually gone to meet him to commiserate with him, but the EFCC is not leaving the chain on the neck of Malami and his family. Now we know what is going on in the political sphere. The All Progressives Congress and Wike, there are issues, and there are talks that if Wike is not put to order, it will destabilize the All Progressives Congress. Now, according to what we heard recently of Wike's report, Wike is disclosing to us that as it stands, he is not meant to be put aside. He cannot be used and dumped. We're going to be looking at the cases involved in Rivers State. But first of all, I want us to take a very close listen to something like this. This particular person gave us a detailed breakdown of what the core issue is right now in Rivers State. We want to understand precisely why this is so and what this portends for the people of Rivers. Because a lot of Nigerians are wondering why Wike seems to be this adamant that things need to be done the way he expects it to be done. Others believe that maybe Wike is becoming too proud and bloated, but that at the end of the day, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one who is going to win in all of this. I want us to take a listen to this man. He calls himself an underdog. He also says he's a human rights activist. He calls himself a warlord. So maybe we can understand the context where this is coming from and how the federal government needs to intervene in this, because this is actually quite suspicious. And I must tell you that it's a dangerous narrative for Nigerians to allow. The exposure by these individuals in government on the illicit activities when it comes to taxpayers' monies is worrisome. So let's take a listen to this. He did a live where he was speaking with someone recently saying that Fubara does not like giving out money, and that has always been his problem. Let's listen to this.
So what's the bigger problem now? See, last 2004, the budget, I say governor no agree bring tender and we no agree tender the listen. 2005, we no agree now 2006. I say this government are three arm of government. And say they want chop alone, saying they chop alone. So the person can ask me one question. And the person, my younger brother, very popular, honorable member, I said, come ask me one question. Asabuja, all this fight where they fight for us for governor. They don't call you one day, make you clean this gutter. Just I see this, they take one this thing, give you even say, clean the gutter, they pay you so million. You and your boys, make her clean this thing. They don't call you, say, see this revenue. Asabuja, see, I do it. You and your boys. So I think I'm not saying if you're wicked, say wicked or don't do them. I tell her yes. Yes, sir. And you know say that too.
Hey Tracy, sis, welcome. I even sent you the link in your email. I say my sister, if you don't know, say I did on. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome. As you enter, I beg, help me push that like button. I beg. Help me to like.
Whether ADC where they talk, chief of staff, we not come and say, General, see this building, see this healers, see this contract, see this revenue. Why any of them don't do them? Say, wait till make I reach my life for them. When I see don't come in one day, say, see 50 million, see 30 million. I know, you know, so I don't go fit lie. I tell them what I'm going to say, no. I never see even 20 million. Before God and man, I don't go on the lie. I don't wear my red. Now, they life. I want to make masses together. I'm the activist, I'm the freedom fighter, I'm the human rights activist, I'm the warlord. Yes. So I did life. Now me and you they talk for full set. I did life now. Okay. I don't enter life. So the man begin to explain three arm of government. So let's see, just they do the thing they go. The budget of 2004, the budget of 25, now 26. Say that waiting the first all of them. Say the budget. This one only does they do carry things on the own. Money no go good. Say at least every year since supposed to come say Martin and you and your people, assembly, see this one, justice, see this one, Bartholomew, see this one, state security, see this one, you understand? Say that three arm of government, say supposed to see this, but say no way, say that within the first assembly, say that make the assembly, now assembly with the assembly, now make this procedure of impeachment they take place. Say, see, no know how to push money out. I tell them, say, really, now they cry why the crisis last year. Now waiting at the crisis last year, and now waiting at the crisis since this year. Now, I don't say 2003, they cried this thing till now. So now, waiting at the cry, he said no. So I put my life, they take risky for see for Bora. That was the way they talk. He said, just make him give it to clean up your gutter or fag and gutter to carry dustbin. Say, money they there. When I do them, when I don't do them, I say no. But say, I risk my life for them. Say, when I don't go, no, say, when I'm this stingy or you know this stingy. Now, the bad side of me, when people want here, they don't want to hear the good side. Somebody will love you, no will hear bad side. He must hear the two. If somebody like you, he don't go take one side, he go take the two. Huh? Yes. Confront him, he know they hear me. People know they tell him. Alaji, the thing they confuse me. You are my brother, you are my friend.
No, help me double tap your screen device. So
that's why they tell everybody, Alaji, they tell everybody, say, you see Muslim and Christian, we the one, I don't know what we the drag.
please, guys, help me double tap your screen device if you haven't liked. Please like the show so that others can know that we're here. To those who have liked, thank you, but please keep clicking or double tapping on your screen device or click on the 3 dots on the right-hand corner of the live stream and like. There's an option to share and subscribe if you haven't already. Please. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mirabelle. Good to see you, girl. I beg, let me tell the others to like. Help me remind them too. Thank you.
I don't know what you will fight. As I lay here now, I don't go more. I don't go more than 4 times. I don't go make a more than 4 times. Yes. I don't go sound the joint pray. What thing I know that one God. Yes. Now when bandits they do all those things. I say good Muslims don't go follow do this thing. Good Muslims don't join all this thing. Now the bad one. Even the Christian get bad one. So I say talk, no problem. No problem when they come back. All right, I'll go and meet you. All right, no problem. Tell him that what you say. Let's go and meet you one-on-one. Okay, no problem. All right. Okay. No, I know the verse. But you know good. Okay, brother. You know good say you put effort for somebody and the person let they see the effort. You know good say you defend person, the person let they see the thing. You know good say you fight for person let they see it. It's wrong. Exactly. That's the thing. Let's meet you one-on-one and tell you where it's making the mistake. Okay, no problem, Alaji. That's all. No be tomorrow the sound don't change. No be tomorrow the sound don't go here. Say tomorrow this person don't buy me. Now make I talk Alaji. Thank you. So for my life, no be tomorrow the Sadi accuse person. Asabuja don't change. Asabuja don't do this.
Have you ever wondered how the world's currencies are traded? The foreign exchange market, also known as the Forex.
Yeah, that's the name I was trying to get, as Sabuja or something like that. So at the end of the day, anyways, this whole thing is about money, the 600 billion naira in River State coffers, appointments that Wike had actually asked Fubara to supposedly do on his behalf. But there are talks that most of the appointments and the designates are all Wike's people. So that what does Wike want? Now, the conversation again is now to the state governors, that most of the state governors have decided to remain idle. All the monies that have been given to the state governors, pumping money to them, what are they doing? Most roads are dilapidated, social welfare services are not provided. Some of the state hospitals are nothing to write home about. Services in the state hospitals not provided. You go to some state hospitals or even some clinics in some local government or wards, you'll be seeing only 1 nurse or 2 nurses. Sometimes the doctors there are working in a private hospital. It is only when a serious case is called for that they come around. In some instances, you see patients lining up in the hospital in such a state of disarray, nobody pays attention. If you do not have the money, you may literally get to the hospital and pass on from there. In fact, basic amenities needed. Electricity is not to be provided. You will have to provide electricity when you get there, especially if your family member needs to go through surgery. Things like cotton wool, plaster, drip, you may have to use your money to buy some of these things. So the question is, what are the state governors doing with these monies allocated to them? While they're all decamping to the All Progressives Congress to have connection to the center, where is their responsibility in governing? Only few states that the governors are supposedly actively working. What is going on with the rest? Excuse me, please, I'd like to cough out. Is Don Dotun Ojo. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. It's good to be here again.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
I literally had to drag you and beg you. Hey, God, oh, Don, you will not kill me.
I will do better next time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're so humble. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Don, you've heard all my intro.
Yeah.
Let's start off with security, and then we go to state governments. The soldiers are saying that they've not been given their allowance, and this destabilizes and reduces morale to work. Those guys go to the field and they don't even know if they'll be alive the following day. We see the situations they find themselves in most instances, and this leads to them leaking secrets, strategic secrets to these terrorists because of the money. Now, initially I heard during Buhari's time that they pay the monies directly to their account. I think then they were paying them 40-something thousand naira, that is as their allowance or so. But the president, when he came, that's Tinubu, he increased their allowance. I don't know if they have started implementing that increment now, but in this dispensation, the commanders of some of these sectors, the money is sent to their account. They're the ones that now disburse the money to those within their different sectors that they're in charge of. And my question is, why? I mean, if the money is coming straight from the government into their account, we will not be having issues like this. But now their monies are being held, and no explanation is being given as to why their monies are being held. And these guys are on the field. And at the end of the day, they would say it's the president who is not doing positively by them. This is obviously one of the issues that we're here causes porosity in intelligence sharing within the ground troops. What's your take on this? Let's start with this first.
Okay, so I actually do not have info on what the current situation is, and but one thing I do know is that corruption has become one of our biggest problems, and I just hope that everyone involved will perhaps just think about the implication. I've always said it, that the problem we have is not with the gun-carrying members of the military. It's always been with the money-carrying members of the military, those who have access to budget here and there. So I will also personally also speak with people in government and have them investigate whether truly they've reverted to paying to their GOC or whether they pay directly to those people that are fighting. Yeah. I'm going to speak with people in government, and I promise perhaps that something is going to happen.
What would it feel like to wake up on your terms, work from anywhere?
Heard this report anyway. There were some changes that they experienced when the president came on board. Now, the changes, in as much as they say it's for set, they have their reasons for doing that. But the thing is, why wouldn't their allocation get to them as quick as possible? I mean, this is a very, very dangerous period for anything to be done against those guys that could incinerate their morale. They cannot have such a feeling at this point in time at the war front. And even if the money is small, they say it goes a long way. I mean, if you look at it, the allowance is 1,500 naira in a day. In a month, it's about 40-something thousand. So they say they know the money is small, but it is something. Yeah, I mean, when you calculate it for the entire month, that is allowance aside from their salary. So why should anyone waste any time whatsoever in getting it done? And this is a Utah season. They shouldn't even derail. They also complained about the fact that the timing of paying this allowance is inconsistent. They don't pay it early enough as when they're supposed to. So could we say it's the leadership before? We have a new Minister of Defense now.
Okay, so I think structurally we are operating from a system that the world has moved past.
Right.
If you look at our system, our security system, you see that.
Thank you, Mirabel. Guys, please continue to take the likes up, please.
We are supposed to
double tap your screen device or click on the three dots on the right hand corner.
The least paid person would be the security. Usually, it's a back template that we've continued to follow. And when you have a situation like this, that means you're not giving them an opportunity to die for their country. Because what's the reason for dying in the first place? I told you the last time I came of a situation where somebody died, and this in the Nigeria police, and the wife was trying to get his compulsory payment. And a member of the ministry was also trying to have common knowledge of the woman that is trying to get the husband pension or gratuity or what have you. So I think it's a faulty system, and we'll continue to speak to people in power to ensure that, because if you do economic reforms, that can actually be rubbished by insecurity. There's nothing that you can do that cannot be rubbished by insecurity. So that tells you how important security is. You can't talk about direct investment, foreign direct investment, if those that are going to invest don't have a perception that your community is secured. And one of the things that you can do is to actually give these people an opportunity to die for their country, defend their country. And you cannot continue to tell them to do all of this if you are not taking care of their welfare. So when you talk about the welfare of people as security operatives, it's something that I think the government should continue to work on.
All right, thank you, Don. Quite aptly put, like you said, you're going to also make your own investigations to find out. But this is not the first time we've been hearing about their complaints. So let's look at the state governments here. Since last year, it's all about being politics. Most of the governors who were once PDP governors defected to the APC. Meanwhile, the very responsibility of administration and what they're supposed to use, the allocations given to them from the federal government, that's FAC allocation, they're lacking behind. They're seriously lacking behind. I mean, somebody said that if you leave Lagos, possibly just Lagos, and to other states, you would still think that we're still in a certain primitive era, aside from maybe cities like Abuja, obviously, and other states that really focus on urbanization. Very few of the states, actually. But you'll be surprised with how much the FAC allocation is being pumped to the state governors, that we're not seeing developments. Social services are lacking. Medical facilities unavailable. Very few general hospitals are active. And even in these general hospitals, when you go there, you see the number of patients they have, limited nurses and doctors, and in some instances, if you do not have connection, if you do not have money, that when you come in and you see the queue, you put a call through, you come immediately. Others are left. There's this carelessness experienced. So what is it? What is going on with the state governors? They have a responsibility. Then, aside from that, we have senators and House of Rep members. The idea is that beyond the state government, the local government with the senators and their constituencies, they are meant to monitor development in that constituency, meaning that if the state government, based on the monies given to them, and there are infrastructural developments that is earmarked based on the monies given to them, and the constituencies tagged to be beneficiaries of those projects, they are not seeing it. This constituency House of Rep members, they're the ones that are meant to alert the state governor that, see, this is part of the proposition. This is what you said you're going to. My constituent is part of this project. You haven't done anything. We're not seeing them do anything. All of them are all about the money. You can see what's going on in Rivers. We're hearing basic, brazen confession of how monies are used. State allocations are used for personal purposes. What is happening? How does this work?
So where do we start from now? Because
no,
quite a
start
lot
from all of them. Start from all of them.
Okay, so
how the monies get to the governors, how the governors share these funds, because we need to let people know how these funds are shared, how supposed proposals are written. That we now see proposals are written to the governors. They look at it, and some of them they agree to these proposals. Now they give the contracts to certain persons who obviously are either persons in the Senate, they are close allies, and all of that. Then we don't know if they monitor these contractors to carry out this responsibility and how these monies are shared, whereby they are bereft in taking care of the projects for the state and the well-being of their people.
Okay, so as difficult as anybody can think that Nigerians are, I want to believe that Nigerians are actually the best set of people to govern, because Nigerians are not interested in the process.
Okay.
In fact, they do not even care about who the contractor is. At the end of the day, they just want to drive on a good road. So if you like, give the project to your sister. They are not interested. They just want good road. They want this. So if you look at it from this angle, you will agree with me that Nigerians are actually very easy people to govern. But again, this is how things work. Maybe we'll start from there. When a governor gets an allocation, the most important document in every government that you see is the budget. The budget is the destiny direction for a particular period of time, usually within 1 year. We've had a situation where the lifespan of a budget starts from June to the other June. And now I think
that's a year.
Yes, that's a year. I think we're trying to match up with January to January. But again, one important thing that we have also lost out in the process, I mean those in government, is that it's not necessary for you to have a yearly budget.
Okay.
But it's necessary for you to have a proposition as to how you want to spend your money. For instance, if you have a budget for 2025 and you are unable to execute that budget satisfactorily, you can actually get to your House of Assembly and say you want to extend the lifespan of this budget to cover the next year. Because what we've had over the years is that we can actually say, we have a budget of 1 billion naira. And at the end of the day, the life performance of that budget can sit somewhere around 200 million. And that means that the performance of the budget is below us. But what we do is that we quickly forget that budget, we pick on another document, make another estimation, present it again as if it's necessary for us to continue to have this paper. And at the end of the day, you see that the budget worth or the worth of our budget is just like a paper. Because we are not, even when we are supposed to be bound by the budget, it's just a document that we just, after 1 year, we just trash it like a normal, like a tissue paper. And again, the people are not aware of this destiny direction that I talk about. For example, if you get to religious houses, if you get out and you mention destiny, people take it very seriously. But what is more important than your destiny is the destiny direction of your government. Because everything your government does affects you directly. So if I do not know what my government is spending money on, I cannot even critique it because I don't know. So the budget is not a document that people are interested in. So they don't know how, for example, Sanwo-Olu will govern them from January to December. They don't have an idea. They don't have an idea of what allocation goes into capital project, of what allocation goes into recurrent expenditure. They don't have an idea. They don't even have an idea of how much the government is spending, for example, to take care of the government house. They don't have an idea. And because the people in government understand the fact that the people out of government do not know, we practice what we call copy and paste kind of budgeting. And that's why you see for the federal government, for example, I didn't know for the 2025, consistently in the last 5 years, there's been a recurrent expenditure on buying cutlery in Aso Rock. And sometimes you ask yourself, are we throwing party? Is it a house of party? Because there's no need for anybody to keep changing some of these basic things. And that may sound annoying, but it's not as annoying as the fact that state government continue to duplicate one particular item. For instance, in Ondo State, in the last 10 years, there's been 1 billion naira allocated for the office of the Commissioner for Finance for the past 10 years. So I think about last year, that came to a front burner. People were asking questions.
For the past 10 years?
10 years.
1 billion allocated to the office of the Commissioner.
Commissioner for Finance.
What was it tagged as?
It's allocated to the office of the Commissioner
Just
of
like
Finance.
that?
Yes. So when this thing came to fall last year, you know, the response of the office is that this thing has been there. I met it like that. It means that nobody's even interested in how some of these monies are being spent.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, if we were not in democracy, I would blame people in power. But since we are in democracy, democracy is the only form of government that lays emphasis on the people more than those that are governing them. And since we are in democracy, any error I see in the act of governance, I put the blame back to the people. Because everything about democracy is about the people. Have you ever thought, because a lot of people say, oh, votes don't count. Oh, have you ever thought about the fact that if truly votes don't count, people will not go as high as paying 10,000 naira. I have been at a polling unit where people pay as high as 10,000 naira to secure the vote. And somebody is still sitting somewhere and is saying votes don't count. If votes don't count, you can talk about manipulation. Manipulation happens virtually everywhere. The US election that brought in Donald Trump, not this first one, not this last one, the first one. There were accusations as to the manipulation from one Russia agency and all of that. You remember, manipulation will happen at every point in time. What is important is that what is the essence of manipulation? Manipulation is to paint a wrong impression to the people that their votes don't count. And I think we are falling for that well enough in Nigeria that an average Nigerian thinks that it does not have a say in the process of his government. For instance, if you elected somebody into the House of Assembly, this is what you were trying to say the other time. At the end of the day, before the budget even becomes a public document, it goes to the House of Assembly. There's a committee that is set up. They look at the budget, and the committee of the whole, which means that every member of the House of Assembly actually sit down to look at the budget. I'm supposed to know, what allocation have you given to my local government? If I'm from Ikeja, for example, or Onibongo, for example, or let me mention my own local government, I'm from Exeldo in Ondo State. I'm supposed to sit down and see that, this is the allocation that is given to me. It is my job as House of Assembly member to actually critique that part of the budget and see that, in fact, in some cases, as it happened in NDDC, there were allocations that were given to communities that never existed. So they can say, we are doing road for black community. And in actual fact, black community never existed. So we have seen situations like that allocations were, projects were awarded to communities that never existed. So it is your duty to look at those papers and identify the project and confirm, as a matter of fact, that those communities actually existed. And you do everything possible at the end of the day to liaise with the executive, because the House of Assembly members do not execute project. This idea of constituency project is not meant for them to be executed. The idea is to ensure that you attract a project to your own constituency. It is the executive that is supposed to execute that project. Once we begin to operate a democracy where legislatures begin to have a project, begin to execute them, then we are derailing democracy. Let me remind you that the most important arm of government when it comes to democracy is actually the legislature. Because we've had a situation in Nigeria where we even had a military president. So it means that we have, during military rule, you can have executive arm. During military rule, you have judiciary, but you don't get to have the legislature. And why is that? It's because democracy is about the people, and they want the people to have somebody that is representing them in the parliament, either in the House of Assembly or the National Assembly through the House of Representatives or through the red chamber, the Senate. So this is just how things work. So when you talk about money of government, the governor does not have the power to spend the money of government as a lot of people think the governor has.
Oh, really?
Yes, the governor does not have that power. The governor does not have the power to spend a kobo without first obtaining an approval from the House of Assembly. And it is believed that your own House of Assembly member is representing your interest. So, in interpretation, what democracy has done for us is to have given power to the people and say, okay, this man who is going to spend the money, we have removed the power from his hand to spend the money. He must consult with the people first before he spends the money. But if you elect a charlatan to represent you in parliament, then it means that your voice will not be heard in any way, because in the first place, you have elected somebody who does not have the capacity to actually represent your interest. So you can say, oh, the governor is living large, but the largeness of the living is limited to what the House of Assembly permits at every point in time.
Interesting, to be honest with you, Dawn, because somebody sent a message lately. Person was like, oh, VP, you guys only discuss politics and all of that. There are endemic issues to be looked into. The state governors are not actively doing what they're supposed to do. The roads are very bad. I think he talked about Ado or something. He said the road is very poor, and they've been calling out the state government. Most times they've written petitions, and they're all interested in politics. That the president has done his part by ensuring that these governors get their allocation monthly, and the governors are meant to deliver. But you can see that there's a limit to where the president can get to. There's a limit to what the president can do.
I'm sorry for cutting in.
Okay.
And I think we have to also be clear that the chunk of our development will come from states. The federal government lacks the capacity to develop the nation at the pace that we want the nation to develop. And this is what I mean. It's a community. It's a country of 36 states. Somebody sitting in Abuja cannot come to my community. You don't even know the road there to come and develop it. But it's easier for the state government because they have the chunk. When you compare the percentage of the people they are governing and the chunk of the money they have, it's easier for them. In fact, easier even than the local government. You agree with me that the closest arm of tier of government to you is actually the local government. But they do not have that kind of resources. They do not have that kind of resources. So the major chunk of this money is resident with the state government. So it is logical for anybody to make the argument that, see, for the development that Nigerians really want, then we must look at the direction of the state government. Now we can talk about the Calabar, Lagos Calabar Coastal. Those are huge investment. We can leave it for the federal government. We can talk about the airport in some of these cities. We can leave it for the local for the federal government. But when we are talking about how I'm going to leave my house and get to this studio, then we must hold the state government responsible. I do not use the Calabar Expressway every time, but I use this road that takes people to your studio. I use it virtually all the time. So it gives us a clear understanding that our own expectation should come majorly from those people that are governing us at the realm of the state. And that's why it's very important for us to put eye, quote unquote, on the kind of people. See, you can create a sane state out of a seemingly confused country. God forbid. Let's say, oh, Nigeria is not living up to expectations. A state government can actually say, oh, I am going to deliver my people to a certain extent from the pang of poverty that is bedeviling them. For example, the economic direction of any country will be set by the federal government. But you can shield your people from the impact of that economy. What do I mean? If we are talking about subsidy removal, it's not within the purview of the state government to remove subsidy. And one of the things that drove people into poverty this year is the issue of this subsidy removal. Because, of course, when subsidy got removed, it had impact on everything, agri produce, transportation, and all of that. But I'm going to ask you, I was driving around my city the other day, in my state, and I saw the heavy reliance on petrol, and I was angry because every sector you see, there was a devilish philosophy that got popular in when they wanted to sell off all the assets of government when Obasanjo was the president. It is that government does not have business in business. I don't know whether you've heard that philosophy. Government doesn't have business in any business. So government cannot run any business because people will run it at grant. So let's give it to private investors so they can run it very well. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Don, I wanted to hold that thought because we want to go on a break, a very short break. We'll be right back because I love the direction of this.
This guy they drop. Thank you, Tracy. This guy they drop some facts on us.
communities, you will see that people who are moving in there to build houses or renovate houses at the same time have to contribute money to work on the roads. Meanwhile, there is a local government, there is a state government that's meant to do that, but because they want to have easy breezy to go in and go out, they have to be the ones to work on the roads. I must tell you that we have a lot of that specifically done in Lagos. But we'll take a very short break and the evening rush continues, so kind of stay with us. Aptly speaking, these are the people that actually follow through these things and they understand how the entire process in Nigerian governments, they understand how the process works. Don, thank you so much. Please kindly continue from what
so when the philosophy became popular that government does not have business in business, we started selling off all our assets. And it sounded well to a lot of people because if we compare the attitude of an average government establishment to the private sector, you see that there would be a lot of differences and all of that. So it made sense to a lot of people. But here's the issue. If you read the economies of nations that have developed, you will see that one of the things that they did is to set standard and regulation. Let's use UAE for example. UAE, when they started attracting people for tourism, they didn't leave the tourism sector in the hand of private individuals. They were regulating. And the best way you can regulate is when you have investment in that sector. Let's start from housing.
All right.
Everywhere you turn to in Nigeria today, housing has become a big issue.
Seriously?
Big issue. So is it
everywhere?
It's everywhere you get to. It's everywhere. My landlord, for example, can wake up today and say, I am moving this rent from 20,000 naira to 30,000 naira.
That's
and
true.
If you say, I'm going to tell the government, it's going to ask you a very, very important question. Did the government build this house for you? And you will have to respect yourself to say, no, sir, the government did not build for you. But how can government crash the prices of houses, for example? It's because they can't do anything because they do not have investment in that sector. If, for instance, in this area, government has an estate, and well-built estate maybe pay weekly or monthly, as the case may be, and they peg it and say, oh, this estate, we are going to give it to people. In fact, we don't want to even give it to individuals. We want to give it to companies. So everybody that's working in your station, because they want to achieve two things. Number one, they want to decongest the road because of the amount of traffic that people get into every day. You know, your traffic is your economy. When people are hooked up in traffic for hours, you have actually wasted manpower. So what they will do is that close by here, if government has investment around here, and they are dealing with your company directly, 30 of your staff are living there, and they say they can only pay 20,000 naira. They will now give private investors that want to invest and private landlords around this area that, oh, this government housing is actually 20,000 per year. We are giving you 10,000 leeway for increase. So no house in this area can go past 30,000. That's how to regulate the housing issue, for example. And you do this across all sectors that you can invest. And the easiest way to do this is to start with agriculture.
Exactly.
In Ondo State, for example, I wanted to, when I went into agri, because everything I have criticized, I have tested. I don't want to be an activist. I'm not an activist. They can talk and criticize, and there's no solution. So I said, okay, well, so when anytime I travel and I see this mass expanse of land, I always say, oh, I want to actually try my hand on agriculture so that I know what it means to actually develop this sector. So I got into it, and I moved around 17 local governments looking for tractor. 17, there's no single tractor. It was the 18th one that we had one that was granted, and we're looking for how to bring it up. No serious government will behave like that. You want to aim at, I'm talking about 2 years ago. Now, you're talking about feeding 200 million people. And you're talking about removing subsidy. You're talking about all of these things. And the Yorubas will say, once hunger is banished in the community, the definition, it shows that the first reason why, the first thing that shows that the community is in poverty is when the people cannot feed.
Well,
we have 700.
The president commissioned tractors very recently, where he introduced one of his friend Alex or something at the venue. Then, where we had ISWAP or whatever say anyone who uses those tractors, because he was trying to encourage mechanized farming.
Yes.
That anyone who uses those tractors, they'll pay dearly for it.
Okay.
So could it be that maybe some certain persons try to manipulate the system where you try to introduce mechanized farming and it's balkanized because they think that if there is mechanized farming, there'll be no need to pay people to work on the fields? I don't know if you understand.
So I think the intent of the government was actually fantastic, but like I used to say, there's always a huge gap between the launch of intention and the actual realization of the intention. So we are still within the period of waiting for the delivery of those tractors. I think that's where we are now. But what I'm saying is that we should not have built a country that waits for the president to buy tractor before state governors have one. In fact, we should not be crying now that herders are invading our farms. Because if somebody had looked and seen the need for us to be fed in our community, you know the crisis that is coming in 2032, 2035. is that you will see people lying down outside if something urgent is not done. And they will die as a result of hunger. My father told me that we have never seen people who die because of hunger. That's why we're growing up. My father never knew that in 2026 Nigeria will go to 260 million people. He never saw that coming. He never saw that. Now the reality is that people are knocking at your door to say, you remember what happened in 2020? People coming to say, please don't give us money. We just need food to eat. So when we build a community like this that's unable to feed itself, we are inviting crisis, and all the political will be suspended. What we'll be thinking is how to banish hunger. So what I'm saying is that state government must think strategically and look at sectors. If I were a governor of a city like Lagos, I don't have interest whether I have oil in my state. I don't have interest in many things. Movement of people in Lagos alone, and I will decongest the road by making sure, there's a confused idea of the BRT. Fantastic idea, one of the noblest ideas that Mr. President brought when he was in government. And at the end of the day, I think, as your community grows, there must be innovative improvement on what you have done.
True.
BRT is not mass transit. What we have now is that we've turned BRT to mass transit. No, the idea of BRT is not mass transit. It's not that I want to pay less and enter BRT. No, there are already long white buses. The one provided by the state government, the one provided by the federal government, that are supposed to fill in that gap. Let me tell you 3 things that BRT is supposed to do. Number 1, it's supposed to take traffic away, support and take traffic away from Lagos. And for you to do that, you must target people at the middle class who drive. I was counting the number of vehicles with 1 passenger in them. The other Monday that I spent about 6 hours in traffic, and I counted 54 vehicles having just 1 person. The idea is to take these people off the road so that they can park their vehicle at home and come to take BRT and come to the office.
And decongest the road.
But they will not do that because in BRT today, you have to queue for 3 hours before it gets to your turn.
Exactly.
In BRT today, both the middle class and the lowest class are struggling to get it. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to cater to these people. And if you are so interested in saying, let's make it a mass transit, create another version of a BRT with AC. And it's going to the island from wherever.
And the payment mode for that won't be different.
It's different. It's obviously higher. And you are targeting people who have vehicles. And they will drop their vehicles in the house. They will gladly come. And they know that they will not stay past 30 minutes. In Europe, why is everybody talking about train? It's not as if it's that fun. But when you get there 5 minutes to 11, by 11 o'clock, the train is there. So we must create a system that manages our complexities and gives the dividend of democracy to the people. You will see how people will be happy if they can leave Ikorodu and get to the island within 1 hour, 10 minutes. You will see how people will live at the outskirts of cities and they will be willing to come at every point in time. So these are some of the things. So our idea should be about engaging our state governor. And it's not as if they have not done anything. Because there are people who say, they didn't do anything. No. They may not have met our desire as a people. But the only way to make anybody meet your desire is to sort the person out on the day of election. So there's no one person today, and I said this, one of the things we're dealing with, fake prophet in church, fake
there's no one here that played his
and all of that. And it became an issue in the last 1 week, and they called me to a forum. And I was telling them, I said, don't pity nobody. There's nobody in the fake assembly today who does not know. What they are looking for is what they are looking for. A lot of people are looking for herbalists in suit. They are too tush. They are too posh to go to the traditional herbalist, the one that my grandfather practiced. They don't want to go there. So they want to go to someone who will wear tie and suit and pretend that he's a pastor. It's the same way we are as a people on the day of election. There's nobody who does not know that one man on the ballot that will turn things around for them. But we urgently can allow them to think. So the problem is back to the people. And this is not to blame anybody. It's just to wake us up. That see, I know this thing in and out. And I know how terrible people can. I was there outside there, running for office, contesting and campaigning. Then I met a community of people. And after talking to them, I dropped an envelope. It's called consultation. And I dropped an envelope and a bottle of wine to tell them that I'm running for office. And immediately I entered my vehicle as I was going, they opened the envelope and I saw the money there that it was ridiculous. According to them.
It was small?
Yes. The old man was running after my vehicle. And was calling my name. This is not our money. This is not our money. He was running. I had to tell them to wait. They didn't allow me to live there until I made a promise to transfer. That's the kind of country that we are in. Everybody wants to get their own share of the national cake. And we've been pushed to believe that the only way to get it is to do it before the election. Because we think that they will not come back. The only way to get our own portion of national cake is to vote for credible people. And it doesn't matter. You see the strategy of a professional politician, you are talking about everybody moving to APC now. Do you want them to say in that PDP? Is that what you want? They are not going to do that because they made a huge investment into getting to the position they are in. And the idea they are creating is that if you are not in APC, you cannot win election. And the people have actually bought into this narrative, and we have seemingly become helpless in our own situation. The game that we are controlling, the people are supposed to control politics. If today, let's start from civil servant, because there's a court case now that says that civil servant can actually, a court judgment can actually become join political party. Let's start from the working class. Don't let me say civil servant. Let's call them the working class in Lagos. Let's start with the middle class. If the middle class today, as we speak, if we have a consensus that will populate the dying PDP, let's say the dying PDP,
Yes,
PDP now as
yes.
it is, and we decide to populate PDP, in a matter of 7 months, PDP will come alive. In a matter of, if you pick, what's the smallest political party? I don't know, because I don't want to. If you, maybe, do you know Boot Party?
BOOT.
Yes.
I think I saw it amongst the parties that Nigel
so
was trying to
there's
register.
Boot Party. If in Lagos today, we choose Boot Party, and we say everybody, the working class, as we wake up early morning, that early morning that you see a lot of crowd, all of us that are waking up, we are politically irrelevant, useless politically. Unfortunately, politics is the one deciding our destiny.
Our destiny.
If you get to, I don't know where your place is, if you get to the expresso, you see a lot of people now continue to do the census of the number of people that have voters card. You will be alarmed at the number of people. Now, beyond that, begin to ask the question as those people who belong to a political party, you will be shocked. Lastly, ask any of them that will be willing to come out of the election, you will give up. So now the people, if we decide to say, all of us that wake up, the Yorubas call it Bojimi, the early risers, we say we want to populate Boot Party today. We will beat APC hands down in Lagos. Let them manipulate. There's a small margin for manipulation. But when the votes become overwhelming, it kills manipulation. The only thing that kills manipulation is when the vote becomes overwhelming. Let me tell you this, and I take responsibility, because this thing I want to say is controversial and it can be challenged, and it's me. I take responsibility.
Check this out. Completely
Wow,
wireless.
this guy
Let me
is
show you
dropping
something
gems
real
on
quick.
us. So
This is my dash
what?
cam. Not a single cable in sight.
They did election in Osun State, and they beat them hands down. After beating them, because the margin was not too much, they patched it, and declared the election inconclusive.
Yeah, Mirabel,
Ife
unfortunately.
And when they saw,
This is why
as
everybody,
powerful as they were,
everybody needs to
they had
hands
to
on
go and
deck.
meet a man outside of APC called Omishore, who later became the national secretary of APC, to curry his favor, to plead with him, to have some kind of agreement with him, for them to be able to win that. Do you know what happened? Years later, God paid the man back. He may not be a popular man. He may be a man you dislike because he dances around town.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's
But yes,
right?
but the truth is that he won that election the first time. But because the margin was so, they padded it, and declared it inconclusive. We had, I was not in any of the party, not in APC, not in PDP, but we had machinery, we had people that we spoke to on ground. They were able to manipulate because the margin was not much. But the one in Lagos in 2023, Obi won in Lagos. So there was no amount of problem. In fact, I want to believe that it was manipulation that saw that figure a bit. I'm not a fan of Obi. Let me make that very clear. And I've told you repeatedly, I'm not his fan. But it shows one of the things that I love about him is his ability to rally a new generation of voters
Who were usually docile.
who were usually docile. People now have seen, oh, we can do this. So now the power is back to the people. And the reason why we are saying, making all of this analysis is not to show that we know. It's just for the people to wake up and to understand that politicians cannot manipulate without the people. Now let's even talk about INEC.
That's
if they
a
say,
fact.
oh, INEC does this, INEC does that, and I say go and sit down. The same INEC that you are complaining about is what people in all states are clamoring for, that bring INEC to come and conduct local government election. No. Have you seen SEC elections? SEC are the state electoral body.
Yes.
They practically don't go nowhere. They practically sit somewhere and write figures everywhere.
And they declare winners.
Everywhere.
And I think it's because there's no participation, actually.
Yes, because people just know that they will do. In places where there are strong participation, you will see some bit of resistance.
Yeah.
Because in Lagos, before, in Agege, Young Progressive Party have won election.
Really?
Yes, because people stood. In Agege here in Lagos, the guy later became back to APC because he was from APC. They denied him the ticket. They manipulated him in his party. So he got angry, left, joined the Young Progressive Party, the YPP, and won election. In Ondo State, in a place called Ibaraki, SDP won election, hands down. And they manipulated him. They went back to their office, in OTEC office. They announced another person. The guy took them to court and won. In fact, the guy spent so much money in the process. He said he didn't care because he got a lawyer who stood pro bono, who did the service
for him.
The lawyer said, they went to higher court and they won them. The power of the people. You see, when the people populate the process, even this year, this terrible year that we see, they will fall into line.
In line.
Like I said again, the people. What we're having in Rivers, for example, is because all of this thing became what it is today, because the people think they are powerless. Any day, the people wake up to their responsibility. And again, I think I should also talk about the expectation of the people. The day people begin to expect good leadership, in a matter of years, they will get it. Our expectation as we speak now is not that of good leadership. And that's why you see, if somebody elects, and this has happened to me, I'm just sharing what has happened to me. If you elect somebody into House of Assembly today, and the person refused to build house, and this has happened to me, refused to build house or to do anything, president in Nigeria, let me remind you a few of them. You know a man called Bolaike?
Yes.
Fantastic man. People that will know that this one, no, they have brain and they can do something. He didn't get anything. Do you know a man called Ganifa?
Oh, yeah, he's late now.
Yes.
Yes.
CPC.
Very great man.
Yes, very great man. He
Vibrant.
was fighting for every. I was in one of his programs. He said, "I am dying. I'm having high blood pressure because of my." He was pained.
Yeah.
My former landlord happened to have worked with him before, and the man later became something. And he was telling me that he called Baba one day and said, "Baba, why not join the mainstream politics so that you can win?" Baba said, "No, he's not going to join." Nigerians didn't vote for him. They didn't believe him. And in every election, we will be doomed. If we had got to, God forbid, we'll never get to a situation where you think, oh, we only have two options.
Yeah.
No. If I begin to tell you about this 2023 election, the number of credible people on the ballot, have you seen Adebayo? A man called Adebayo. Have you listened to him? Have you looked at his manifesto? This guy is clear. He's the SDP
candidate. Yes. I've been hearing him speak lately, especially against the APC.
No, nobody wants to hear. All of those political parties, you will see people that have done something with their lives, and they are coming to put it on the table and say, I have done this thing, this is what I think can be done. Nobody will vote for them. Were you expecting in the first place that Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will beat Professor Oshibaju in the primaries? Though I'm totally against the fact that Oshibaju contested against him.
Why?
I don't like that idea.
Why?
It's the same thing. A lot of people hate to hear this. It's the same thing that is happening in Rivers today. In politics, there are two
It was
things that are
Tinubu
very,
that
very
brought
important.
in
Especially when you want to have somebody
that
you want to
opened the
call
door
godfather.
for him to become
The first
VP.
D is what they call dexterity.
Okay.
Now, that dexterity is not dexterity the way you see it. It's the dexterity to be able to own a spoon
Okay.
that is long enough to dine with the devil. The second one is what they call discipline. The discipline to use the spoon in a way that your godfather will not suspect that you want to stab his back. So,
That was
in
his sin. That was his crime.
2023, Oshibaju was the vice president of Nigeria.
Yes.
And anytime the president traveled,
before 2023.
before 2023, yes, up to 2023,
Up to
yes.
2023.
Anytime the president traveled, then you will see that a lot of things will happen within the
Yeah,
government, and a
yeah.
lot of. So he saw that, oh, I could actually make a difference. That is desire. Now, he said he was going to run and correct some of those things. And there's another thing called character in leadership. So immediately, as he was thinking about that, his former principal who nominated him to be the vice president threw his hat in the ring that I'm also running. So it became a contest between desire and character. A proper Yoruba man will sit down with and consider his character before a desire. And I'm being honest, you can say, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's
I
the same
disagree
thing
with
that's
you
happening
here.
to Fubara
I'm
today.
sorry.
A lot of people will kill behind
You
Fubara the
know,
way I've done.
I don't like
Consistently.
selective.
I
I don't like selective truths. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. Tinubu came in, threw his hat in the ring. So because he was the one through whom Osinbajo became VP. Osinbajo has the character, and I'm using this as an example, has what it takes to be the president. But because he was a godfather that opened the door for him to get the VP, he should take the backs. This is the problem we have in Nigeria. I said it in a space. It is this mindset of, oh, he's older than me. She's older than me. I can't talk. Let me sit back. Let the older one go. You know the person lacks capacity. You know they don't have the interest of the people at heart. You know they lack character, right? You say, and then you bring in your culture. I mean, who runs election with culture? Please. You are saying you are a Yoruba man. What of the rest of the people in Nigeria that are not Yorubas? You see, the selfishness part of it is coming out. What about the people that are not Yorubas that want good leadership? Everybody's culture is not the same. I hate it when you get to a position. Like now, I work in a company, right? There's certain values that company has that, culturally is not something that I'm, open to. But because I'm not open to it, doesn't mean I'm not going to deliver on my work, on the job that I've been given. This thing is madness. So you put your goddamn culture behind. You're talking about what will move a people forward, regardless of where they come from. So what you do. You're saying the people should get involved in politics. You're saying people should show interest in politics. Now, you show interest. And then you're telling me, as a Yoruba man, as an Ibibio man, as an Igbo man, this is how... I don't care how you do it. Give me good governance. Let me choose the best candidate. So because he made him VP, he should not aspire anymore. I beg. The guy was making sense. So, I'm not going to diss him entirely. He's made some very valid points when it comes to governance and the positions of the governors. But here's the thing also. The bulk of leadership stops with the president. That's what Tinubu said. It's not me. It's Tinubu that said it. The bulk of the madness that is going on in Nigeria from every state that is not working stops with the president. Why allocate money? Why have governors you cannot check in the first place? You go to their National Assembly, they are singing on your mandate. Are they for the people or for you? That means that you are the dictator and they pay homage to you. They are loyal to you. They are not loyal to the people. And you don't check what they are doing. You don't call them to order. What kind of madness? What kind of here's what I think. This man has come to whitewash, to remove responsibility from Tinubu. That is what this man came to do. I'm sorry. All this English and breakdown he's doing, to some extent, he's correct. But Tinubu is the one responsible at the end of the day to ensure that the governors in his candidate are working for the people in their state. Look at what happened in Ekpoma recently, yesterday. Please tell me how this governor is going to get that 2.5 million people for the people. For Tinubu. How? Edo people are already mad. So how is he going to now? Is he going to use his goons? People are aware he's going to use the goons. Guess what? People have now decided it is my life or I have good governance. These people are just in a roundabout way. We're going to see a lot of this. So as the election progresses, we're going to see a lot of this eloquently speaking people. They will say half-truths. They will tell you, they will say certain things that make sense and then throw in. You see, I give it to, I'm not a supporter. Why do you have to announce that you are not a supporter of Peter Obi? That alone discredits whatever he has to say. You don't have to announce it. I'm not a supporter of Peter Obi. Are you a supporter of good governance? Which side are you on? You cannot see white and call it black. What is our problem in Nigeria, for crying out loud? This is madness. Look at Iran. Their citizens are rising up in the UK, in Toronto, speaking up. Do you know how many tribes there are in Iran? We don't know what we are playing. Are we not, is it not, the number of people that have unalived in Nigeria, is it not enough? Is it not enough for people to start having sense?
I was part of those people in his last birthday.
Yes,
I was there.
yeah.
But again, when you're talking about character is not just about allowing the person to have his way. Character is making the person to understand your view pattern. And there are political portables. You're not portable now. You're not portable. There are political portables that you cannot run to the marketplace to fight with.
Obviously.
You must understand your own person. So part of political character is to understand your
Yourself.
own person. Can you do a rough fight? Fubara does not have that capacity to do a rough fight. So also, Yemi Osibajo went quiet on Tinubu before the election. What he should have done was to have come. You make a public statement by coming to meet your mentor and explain it to him that, sir, since you sent me there, this is what I have seen. You know I have capacity. That's why you sent me there. Not that you keep malice because you are running for the same office with the man who nominated you. That's lack of character. That's exactly what's happening.
I'm
All
sorry.
those public dance,
I'm
that's
sorry.
embarrassing.
Did we not see a video publicly or where they were in a public place and Osibajo was trying to greet Balablu, and Balablu pretending like he did not see him and walk past him? Beg. I beg.
If you want to follow, don't follow. It's lack of character. There are people that will do something for you. That when they do something to you,
Osibajo does not lack
what they did to you.
character. This guy is this. What is he saying?
So what Fubara should have done, because he already about 2 weeks ago, he already had
No
upper
blame
hand.
on Asha.
Yes.
He already had
Now the
upper hand.
people, now
He should have
Nigerians
yes,
I blame. I'm
we
not
didn't
blaming
join
them.
He should have leveraged on the principle of silence. Philosophically, even biblically. They say when your enemy falls, don't rejoice over him.
Yes.
So political character is your ability to unite all the differentials within the political system to your own advantage. If Fubara had taken the microphone today and I said, help us beg our God, because there's what they call public dressing and silent and private injury. You can injure somebody from the private.
Welcome,
without
Dr.
saying
CM.
anything. Come to the
Greetings.
public to dress the injury. And say, help us beg our God now. Our God is still our God. This APC where we go. Now to make his vision come to reality, you begin to show up your public perception. Your House of Assembly. Is it not a shame that a sitting governor, 26 out of 26, are saying you must go?
You must go.
There must be something wrong. Beyond everything, the character of Wike is nothing to write.
So see here see what this man is trying to do. He's not coming to try and whitewash and put a veil over your faces so that you will see Fubara as the enemy instead of Wike. You see what this man is doing? Tell me what is wrong in Fubara being a quiet person. Fubara understands that Wike got him there. So there are certain things that he cannot say to him, or this is the problem with not the people, not you not getting the popular vote of the people. That is what is playing out. You now have the wrong person in office. The person who put him there is trying to control him like the baby when they wind. You think it's okay. You don't even condemn the platform on which this man came on board. You are not condemning the fact that, well, Wike brought him on board. So whatever Wike tells him to do, I would expect that he would do it because the people did not vote for you. You didn't say that. You jump right into, Fubara does not fight Rofo. So everybody must fight Rofo, Oga. Everybody must not fight Rofo. I don't blame Una. Now Nigerians I blame now. I don't blame Una. When these things when this madness they happen, if Nigerians all over, and I'm not even talking, it's not just Nigeria, diaspora everywhere. If everybody take the position when they're supposed to take, do what they're supposed to talk, to do. I'm telling you, 1 week, these people go come up for Nigeria. But no, we won't. Now, they do what not concern us. They talk from every side of the mouth. People are visiting, going to do dirty December in Nigeria. Please tell me why you're going to do dirty December when the country is crumbling. You see despair in the faces of people. And then you now have selective amnesia. It's not affecting me. It's not as bad. It's not in Nigeria. Oh, I went home. I visited my village. The road was smooth. There was nothing. I didn't even hear all these things that people talk about. It's not really, because you're only thinking about yourself. You don't care about others. It's just like Lagos. Every weekend they are partying. Meanwhile, the beggars in Lagos, I heard, has tripled. You cannot step out of your door without somebody begging you for food. But it's okay for you because, it's okay. At least I'm enjoying. This is the problem we have in Nigeria. It does not concern me. Oh, happens all over there. Oh, by that mountain over there. So they are suffering there. It's not affecting me. It is criminal that we even think like that. No person in their right senses should be funding this government by traveling to put your hard-earned money in this government that is torturing your people. Look at tax. Look at the tax. Look at the mess they've made of taxes in Nigeria. No jobs, no businesses. You're destroying businesses. Nothing is growing. You want to tax the blood of the people? I don't understand. Anyway, my let una listen to them.
About to. But if you yourself if you have political character, it is not just to please the person that nominated you, it's to transform the person that nominates you, for him to see you differently.
But is there any way that would have been possible? Because Wike has some certain demands. It's those demands that he feels Fubara is not living up to.
Okay.
And then along with the House of Rep members, who are obviously Wike's people. That's what's going on. Everything is about money. And right now, the money...
Everything is not about money.
I'm talking about their situation in
Yes,
money, contract, appointments, continuity from where Wike stopped.
Everything cannot be about money. And I actually... See, a lot of people who say this with emotion are not there.
Why I'm saying so is that Wike keeps emphasizing...
Is it not emotion you are using
one of the
to
things
talk?
he said on the public forum was about 10,000
Came here to
students or
whitewash.
whatever, or that were on scholarship or something.
We know, we've
That's
already
why-
figured you out. Talk with you want to talk.
What's the name of this university? I was on the road some times ago. One of them, so he had employed 10,000 people before he left office. And Fubara came and said, oh, because they were not, truly, the process was not clear. You can't be going, and that's part of the character I'm talking about. See, character comes with, do you know the meaning of the T in character? It's called tact, T-A-C-T. What is tact? Ability to step on your toes without staining your shoes. Ability for me to make my statement without making enemies. All of these are completely absent. And a lot of people can say it's because of the money. But it is those people that were denied an opportunity to govern Rivers State. When we went up and handpicked Fubara, a lot of people killed. They killed internal democracy. So all of this fight that you and I are fighting, we are killed behind, it is against the people. In the first place, if the godson and godfathers are not fighting,
now you
I'm not
say
going
it.
to take side. It is the Rivers people in the first place that has been shortchanged, because you cannot tell me
Seriously,
that
shortchanged.
Fubara was the best person to have
Exactly.
in 2023.
You
Don't tell me. So at the end of
you
the
don't
day,
clarify
it
that
comes
one,
back to the
okay?
people. If the people were resolute and said, we had a better person,
Yes.
no matter the level of the gun, even if you are disrupting election, you still need people. Most of these people that disrupt election don't leave their houses on the day of election. They still use people. I said
Exactly.
it publicly. When my father went to vote, let me say this silently so that people will not hear. When my father went to vote to the station, after voting, we came home. People brought Okada. They brought bike to bring envelope for him for voting. They brought it to the house, and I saw it. And I used to ask where's this one coming from? You understand? So now that I have seen, I know that in 2027, nobody is collecting money in my house. I have seen that, they do this thing, because I didn't know that they will respect you as an elder and still bring the envelope to your house. I thought because he voted there, nothing happened. He voted for his own party. He's a member of APC. I voted for my own party. I don't belong to his party. So we voted and everybody left. Good, nobody's coming to ask me for whether I'll get money. But I saw it. Now it's clear that at least I have control over 20 people in my household. With serious money, nobody's taking money. Nobody's taking money. So if you do say for your own people, you have control over 2 people. The other person has control over 2 people. If we take this thing seriously, in a matter of 2 election cycles, we will get things right. Because all the bad everybody is complaining about can be fixed before the election. Once you press, what's it called? Once our brain goes on recess on the day of election, and we are trying to press a reset after we have elected the wrong set of people, we will not be able to achieve anything.
All right, quickly, I want you to help us put this through, please, because we need to open the phone lines. So there is this process. You made a lot of sense. You've explained a lot of things.
Exactly,
But
Kola.
2027 is here. There are
Exactly.
a lot of Nigerians who don't understand the machinery behind the elections. All they come is go to polling unit and cast their vote. Meanwhile, a lot of groundwork has been done by each of these political parties as to how they can win that polling unit. Can you give us through that process, how they do it and how we can counter it?
Okay, so the first way to counter it is to belong to a party.
Okay.
That's the first way. Because, yes,
Yeah, I cannot do politics. So.
no, belonging to a political party is not doing politics.
Esther join, no.
You understand? Because a lot of
Esther
people just think that
established,
once you belong to a political
I
party,
beg.
you are now a full-fledged politician. No. Belonging to a political party is having a voice from the beginning of the process.
Okay.
Because how do you, in some parties, there are ways they do it. In some parties, they are their delegates are members of their ESCO. It's a decision within the party. In some political parties, delegates are elected. That means to say that we have 3 layers of election. People only know of 1, or maybe at best 2. Now, the first layer is who votes, who becomes a delegate. Now, some voting can come in. So, as a party member, you can begin to alter the outcome of the election that is still 6-7 months away by being part of those people who are voting for delegates, not even candidates. Now, you vote for delegates. So, delegates gather together to vote for a candidate out of the aspirants.
Okay.
Because when you express interest that you want to run for office, they don't call you a candidate. You are an aspirant. It is after the primary election that you become a candidate. So now the first layer is who becomes a delegate. Delegates are delegates. Delegates, they are delegates. They are the one who will see white and vote for black. And so when you can decide who becomes a delegate, you have contributed something. So you know me, John Dotun or John. You know that I will vote for the right person. So you have voted for me to be a delegate. You have uttered that. So when delegates come together, now they want to elect a candidate. Now when you have credible delegates, there's all possibility that you have credible candidates. Because they will look beyond all the inducement. Do you know? It's a dangerous game.
Very dangerous.
It's a long, dangerous game. Do you know that they go as high as, I don't want to use the word, there's a political word they use, of camping delegates from each other. So I can take 20 delegates now, go and put them in a separate hotel. I will not want my opponent to know that they are there. But if you have voted for person of conscience as your delegate, it is easy for the person to come out and say, oh, this is the person we are voting for. So that's the first thing. The second layer is those people that gathered in Abuja during APC primary that are elected, those are the delegates. And they are very delicate. So delegates gather and they vote for a candidate.
Okay.
And you now see, oh, this is the candidate of our political party. Now when the candidate emerges, now you now have to choose one out of 18 candidates. Because in most cases, about 18 plus 1 political parties will actually feed candidate for the election. Now, again, where your input matters is that you should also have the courage to look beyond your political party. Like the example I gave in Agege the other time. When APC picked somebody in Agege and people were not happy with what happened, they went all the way to vote for YPP. When APC picked somebody in Ibaraki, those things, and people were not happy, councillorship candidate, they went and voted for SDP. In fact, when APC picked somebody in a federal election that happened in one of the constituencies in Ondo State, people looked beyond that and they went to vote for SDP. In fact, in one part of Ondo State, in Ondo East and West Federal constituency, they left all the popular party. They went and voted for what's the name of this Obi party now?
Labour Party.
No, the one he just moved to.
ADC.
They voted for ADC, and the ADC man won. He was in the House of Reps for 2 terms. In all of these things, it starts from the delegate to the candidate, then to the general election. Now, the work for the general election is not on the money of the general election. It also involves the choosing of polling unit agent, ward agent, because these are places where manipulation happens. If Party A and Party B pick somebody as their polling unit agent, and Party A agent is standing by his candidate and say, my candidate must win, and he bribes Party B candidate, and Party B agent collects bribe, he will look away from the manipulation that we have to know.
You folks have no idea what honey and cinnamon can do for your brain. I'm 82 years old, and just a few months ago, I could barely remember my own grandkids' names. But today, my memory is as sharp as it was when I was 30. I drive by myself without getting lost.
So again, who your party chooses at the end of the day to be their agent.
This is important information,
so as a person, you can actually come out, and this is why it's very important. Once you are credible, you can come out and express interest to your own political party. That on the day of election, I want to stand as your agent.
Right.
In that way, you are not just voting, you are also coloring the direction of the election.
This is exactly what happened in 2023, where a couple of votes were unaccounted for. Some agents were paid off, some agents were bribed, something like this, because they didn't have credibility.
You know why it's also very important for you to populate your party? To even get voted for as an executive. They can rig election from way before election.
Obviously.
Now, this is one of the things that they do. The party is supposed to submit the name of agent. If your party leadership is corrupt, they can decide. If your party is APC, APC can decide to go and collect name from PAP and submit the name of PAP members as their own agent. You know, they've won you tactically without knowing. For example, if Abure is fighting Obi, if Abure is fighting Obi, Abure can decide to say, hey, you want to win the election, Abioya? Just continue. Abure can decide to populate the name of his agent with APC members. And on the day of election, at least you are expected to have one vote. Because if you have an agent, you are supposed to have one. That agent is supposed to vote. You will just see that. They will just open on the day of election. You will not see a single vote for that party. It means that your problem you have is not the Tinubu you are making noise about. It is way before Tinubu became president. Way starts with the party leadership. And as long as many of us who have sense, who have head, who have brain, are saying, oh, I don't want to belong to party, charlatans will continue to lead those parties. And there's no community where charlatan leads, and such a community will produce champions.
Definitely not. Wow, done. That's in fact I know some people will say, Esther, you need to bring this man back. This session is not over. We need more classes. We need more.
We abuse.
No, there is
We are
this
used
is
to
the
that.
truth. So anyone who abuses or being we receive it here.
Yeah.
But this is the reality.
Yeah.
We cannot run away from, no matter how sentimental. I always tell them, I said, the way politics is run in this part of the world, we need political orientation.
Yes.
We need to understand how this
You
works.
have to detach your emotion completely from the realism.
That's the thing. That's the thing. All right.
Sorry. Let me cite this quick example before you take us, so that you understand this part of emotion. So I was running for office. They called my elder brother. I don't know whether I shared with you before.
No, you haven't.
Okay, so they called my elder brother and they said they were going to make him supervisory councillor at the local government.
Okay.
But his duty is to ensure that I don't win my polling unit.
Ushe?
Yes, it's my elder brother. So they told him that.
Your blood brother? or
Yes,
your
my
water?
brother.
Okay.
So they told him that. So I got that from intelligence, and I saw the way he was behaving to ensure that he wins that polling unit. So we had a meeting without him, and I told everybody in the meeting, that's family meeting without him. I said, I've had my moment of glory. I've been virtually everywhere across town. Since my elder brother graduated, he returned to the village to stay with you guys. Let's give him an opportunity to win that polling unit so that he can become a supervisor, so that he too can have a moment of glory. Do you know what happened? He won that polling unit, and after that, APC denied him. They didn't give him anything. But of course, if I'm not emotionally mature, that could cause some friction within the family.
Serious friction.
So detach your emotion.
Hey, Wahala. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338.
Get your free copy of my new best-selling book, Commercial Real Estate Investing for Beginners. All you have to do is click on the link below.
APC go whine you, but not let your mind
Hi, I'm
worry.
Peter Harris.
This
Hello,
man,
good evening.
Omo, he came
Good
with
evening,
an
sir. Happy New
agenda.
Year to you. Welcome.
My name is Chukwuma, calling from Ilasa.
All right, Mr. Chukuma, please go ahead.
Yeah, I greet you that day.
Thank you.
I want to ask a question. The tax that the government wants us to pay, and then the way they calculated it, which job did they give the citizens that will generate this tax? Why, from the papers and TV and radio, we heard that NNPC did not pay almost 210 trillion naira. Why hasn't the Senate overseen that to be sure that money come out? So my question is, how much do they want to realize on this tax? We reach 210 trillion. How much are we making in our petroleum? How much?
All right.
Why is it that we are not asking questions? We are talking of I thought I've been listening to your radio since for over 1 hour now. We are talking of the River State and all that. But look, they are taxing us without we are taxing us without anything. Now we have brought a graduate out. The graduate cannot work. When we 3-4 graduates in the house, they are back to eat from the same course they are supposed to left. And then they say that parents will pay tax. This one will pay tax.
All right, thank you very much. Can you respond
Okay,
to that?
so the
please?
good thing about all of this is that government is not expecting anybody who's not earning to pay tax.
Okay.
As bad as we may want to.
Let me pause and go through comment section. You probably won't need to go through the what's it called? The phone calls. So if you want to do that, you can catch up on the phone calls. Let me quickly go through the comments. Unfortunately, that's the game of politics. It's not really about where is it? Where's that comment? It's not really about the interest of the people. It is more about not biting the fingers that fed you in the political. It's crazy, Mirabel. Caller, welcome. Oh, happy Sunday to you, my brother. Rubbish talk from this guy. So because of so-called respect and character for one person, Osibanjo should have gone forward with a positive. I'm telling you, they for leave Osibanjo, it would have been so competitive. I'm telling you, maybe Peter Obi for even drop out of that election. I'm telling you guys, because Peter Obi, he even mentioned it. Why did they not field Osibanjo? Osibanjo showed capacity that he could do something when Buhari was not around. Osibanjo took over. People were raving about him. Why not give the man the opportunity? This is the part of this whole culture, tradition, you are senior, so you should slap people around and do whatever. This is the problem. This is why I don't appreciate it at all. You are tying people down with your own personal culture and tradition. How does it affect me on the other side of the world? It doesn't make sense. Should have gone forward with a positive vision for a whole. I'm telling you. Nigerians are used to the dictatorial tendency of leadership. That's why they keep saying the PO is too weak. Exactly. Tracy. Even me, personally, right? I don't see PO as weak. I know he's a man of steel. You can tell. The man is, from inside, you can tell that this man is a disciplinarian. You can tell. My own is the posturing for me. I want PO to posture in such a way that he gives us that and give off that energy of, if you bring wahala, we'll go give him back to you. That's what I want. I believe in his strength as a person. I don't want him to act like an Agberu. No. But there's a way you posture to signal to your enemy that if you come near me, I go crush you. Do you understand? You know? But I get what you're saying though. He pretends that he's progressive, but ends up advocating for the regressive status quo, trying to hoodwink listeners with words. I'm telling you, Kola, a lot of this is going to be happening as we come into this election. Guys, prepare yourself. You see eloquent. This guy is obviously educated, maybe highly educated, right? Eloquent. All the degrees behind their name. They will come and use words to hoodwink you. They'll be talking like, I remember one fake Emeka guy then. The guy will come and talk and be saying strategist, builder, something, warrior. And I'm throwing out words, big words he was using. This is what they're going to do. They don't bring out 200 million now. They don't roll her out. Mona waits now. Now never see gaslighting. Mona wait. We there here, they wait for them. It is not affecting me until I have an accident in the middle of nowhere. There'll be no. I'm telling you, no first responder. Do not see what happened to Chimamanda. I'm even going to play that video so we can. It's so sad, and they hold my chest as I watch the video. People when come visit for Nigeria, or they come jollof. Maybe they even come for dirty December period. Now they take come. Only for another, they came to Nigeria complete, went back not complete. Una they here? Then you have people who say, oh, Nigeria is not, it's not as bad as you people make it to be. You are sitting in shit. You've been spending it for so long. So for you are okay with the shit, because when you go back, people will be worshiping you, bowing at your feet. So you think it's normal. You want it to, it's not as bad. Really? Because he never show up for your door. This is not Chimamanda. At least this one, even they talk for politics. They talk about the concerns of Nigeria. I'm telling you, Mirabe, you nailed it with this. So I'm telling you. Until you look at what happened to Anthony Joshua. Look at him. His life is forever changed because of that. So it sounds like he's supporting and encouraging exactly APC to do better in dealing with insecurity while trying to appear, bam, color your head there. You people think this thing. We ready for them. May they come. APC go wine now. Mona ready. Now people like this, they go they push come. You go look there. They be like intelligent. They go say a PhD. I'm a expert. I'm a this thing that one. Forget education. Forget their titles. Listen to what they are saying and pick out everything. These are the people they are going to send. They will come and use to gaslight you. Now 2027 we they go on to better start people make sure so you wear your khaki inside leather. Hey. Michael, welcome. Oh, welcome, my brother. Thank you. He's not regretting. Tracy, true. Where you hear am? Where I say they regret? I want to know. I think he was coming on my platform at one time, but under a different name. At that initial stage, he come the disguise for my platform, but he was using a different name. Wetin he talk, I want hear. How he take us saying they regret am? Useless people. Nobody can escape Nigeria. I'm telling you, as long as you are Nigerian, it will follow you. That shit go follow you. The smell, it go follow you. One of my colleagues sent me a message. He say, "Oh, Nigeria is playing football. Are you watching?" I say, "Which football? Where football? Dey my head, not dey football. Now I want it for my mind." I say, "Nah, I want to fix that country." Now in my head, the only thing they happen say Algeria and Nigeria they play. I say, "Hey, which side? Which team you dey?" Say, because of you now. Because of you, she's Moroccan. She's from Morocco. She say, I'm Nigerian, no team Nigeria. I say, okay, what happened? Now she tell me say Nigeria win 2-0. I say, drinks on me. I beg you. He go follow you everywhere you go. I'm telling you, how can you believe that what Osibanjo did was being a traitor? That thing baffles me. I'm like, here is a man with the capacity, with the character, with the gentility, with the empathy. If Osibanjo was on that ticket, it would have been difficult for us to support Peter Obi. Peter Obi would not have been as popular as he is right now. I'm telling you for free. Because me, I would have supported Osibanjo. Why? We see him handwork during when Buhari was president. We see him handwork. Why would I not support a man that is willing to work? I don't care where are you able to work? Are you able to carry people along? Now that won't concern me. Una see who sabi work because of some nonsense culture and tradition. When they collect from our hand, Kwara State has fallen on top of tradition and culture. You people, or your state, they are demanding una hear, una never hear. Terrorists don't put tax levy for your community, one community for your state. Say they go pay taxes, and they tell them they don't announce that they come on the 20th of January to attack them. Are you people aware? Go and tell the terrorists that they should respect your culture and tradition. That you are senior to them. That it's not yours. Go and tell them. For daring to be... I don't understand. That was the best man they could have used. No, because of greed. Emilio Con. The man is stealing, robbing you people blind. And you still find people coming out to defend him and stand in neutrality. No. He said Tinubu has failed woefully. He himself has failed woefully now. Because he supported that man from his enjoyment in Canada. He should have moved back to Nigeria now. They are going to pay him again to come and gaslight for them. Useless guy. I for rip into that guy, honestly. Exactly. Osibanjo versus Ahmed Dati, I'm telling you, versus Peter Obi. In a debate about the economy, your head go to make ta. You now go to discuss. You will be discussing real issues intellectually. Then the engagement will be fascinating. Everybody will be bringing their points forward. You'll be saying, no, but in this area, I think, no, it was sweet. For they listen to debate, our ear for they rejoice. Everybody for they laugh Peter Obi, because you know say Peter Obi gets small voice. They'll say, I beg you, this one. Everybody, me say for follow laugh. I no lie. Mona no shut down and come and chat, but for laugh. When you have the likes of Ahmed, that's where my spirit animal. As in, I like that man fire. And his straightforwardness. I know say the audacity when they talk, na privilege going from the north. I get it, right? And then Osibanjo won't be intellectual. Yeah. Omo, we go dey look all of them. Would they say, we dey do like this. All of us, our head for the go round, we dey say, but who be the best? So we like all these three people. Who we go choose? Selection would have been a problem. I beg you. I wouldn't have supported Osimhen because enough of that could have been against him. I probably would have supported Ahmed Dati. Or I don't know, I could have supported Peter Obi. It just depends how much they're able. I would have supported Peter Obi because Peter Obi put his body in, man. That guy was going to places where I've never heard. So I still would have given my support to Peter Obi because that man showed real empathy. Man went visit the whole Nigeria for the whole world. You don't get where that man no enter. You get places for Nigeria where we say go park, they had to use leg to trek. Hey God. Now Peter Obi let me know say IDP camps in Nigeria. I did not know. Call me naive. I had no clue that we had IDP camps all over Nigeria. I did not know. I didn't even know there was an IDP camp in Edo State. That's how bad it was. Well, I wasn't interested. I didn't pay attention to what was happening in Nigeria. So I guess I was naive. I was ignorant. It was Peter Obi that literally lifted the veil. So he would have gotten my vote because he was all over the place, man. There was nowhere this man did not go. Empathy on fleek. Ha! No. Hey, Holy Mary, welcome, oh sis. Happy Sunday. Welcome, my sister. In the space of 2 weeks, a world-famous boxer nearly died in a road traffic accident, and the 1-year-old son of a world-famous writer died because of alleged medical neg. I'm telling you, Kola, this is devastating. And these are people we know. These are people that are famous, so think about those that we don't know that have suffered the same fate, but nobody to bring it out, to talk about it. Think about the number of people that have died in the same way, even worse. Do you guys remember that woman that was pregnant and they turned her back because she could not pay her much? That woman eventually died, I think with her child. She was walking on the road. I don't know if you guys remember. I beg. I know they think Nigeria matter too much lately before my BP. When I already they manage go spiral. I know, Holy Mary. I understand. Oh. Take the time off when necessary. I completely understand. But this Nigeria matter, everybody must involve. Oh, if we go get that country back. There is no normal person who won't support PO because it's very clear, very detailed about each and every issue. Exactly. Look at his manifesto. Do you guys see his manifesto? God damn. Very detailed. Break down everything. How he's going to fix it. How he's going to... Even T-Pain was stealing from his manifesto. They steal from his manifesto now. We have especially on how to fix and sustain the Nigerian economy. Exactly, Tracy. I didn't know how diverse the North was. It was Peter Obi. It was Peter Obi that showed that, first of all, told us how diverse. That's where I knew that there were multiple. I mean, I knew there were tribes in the North, but I didn't know how many tribes there were in the North. You remember when he took the helicopter during his campaign to one chef in the North? Fear, I'm telling you. I remember, yes, that lady. Exactly. No. Bannon, that guy was fun. He was phenomenal. Let me show you guys a quick some other videos, and then we'll call it. I go leave it for now. I don't know whether they don't pay this girl to come they do this nonsense when she did do. I really don't know. To be quite honest, I'm pissed. All right, Doris Ogala. I don't know. I have no idea what they are paying this girl for. I don't understand. Muna, listen.
Now, this morning, I'm seeing another video that Alex Tutti's media team brought out to counter what my senator my boss, Oga said, Senator Ojuzo Kalu.
Okay.
Now, let me clear you guys. That video is
now see
damage
these people
control, because if you look at
they are
that
part
video,
of the
he only
problem.
said that Governor Alex Oti, his brother, that he renovated the road he built as a governor. That the only time that road had been smooth was when he was a governor, when he constructed that road. That Governor Alex Oti has not constructed or created a new road in Abia North, which is true. All the roads in Abia you're seeing was constructed by Senator Ojuzo Kalu, and no other person has given or created any other access road to Abia North. Quote me right, or come and prove to me that you have created a new access road in Abia North, except the one Governor Ojuzo Kalu did as a governor. Come and prove me wrong. Not bringing an old video where he's praising the governor. Of course, he praised him for making it or renovating it, making it accessible for us to move. Not that he created a new road. That's the point he's trying to make. You guys should always listen. Governor Alex social media, you guys should try and do better. Social media is not reality.
Does anyone know her? Yes, Excellency. What's her name? Doris Ogala. Doris Ogala. Unigala. Where is she from?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know where she's from.
Does anybody know where she's from?
No, we don't.
Her location? Find her.
Find her? Why, Your Excellency?
Why not? Did you not listen to her?
Your Excellency, this woman is in people's bad book. Yes.
She was someone who is in people's good book. To uplift their party. Is that how they play African politics?
That's not
Yes? Is that how you think they play African politics? You need to be somebody. Okay, because you are here. You that even if not because of your father's influence, you'd be far left here. We need to find her. Her reputation speaks volume. Okay? And we have to find her before other parties find out where she is. And recruit her. This is somebody that will be representing us on TV interviews and be, telling our stories the way we want it.
But Your Excellency, everything she's saying is a lie.
It's exactly why we want her as an ally. Exactly. Power. Look for Doris Ogala, even if it takes you going to Igala. Make sure you buy gala. Uno jani ne gala. Iwotala.
No.
Let me see the comment section. I want to see that comment. What is wrong with her? What kind of nonsense is this? What is wrong with this girl? She came out against Senator Natasha. Somebody mentioned that to me and sent me a video. I haven't watched it. She blackmailed Chris Okafor, did she? Now that one, nice set himself up, if you ask me. She blackmailed Ned Nwoko. Now she's blackmailing Alex Oti. Doris Ogala has come to the end of her. I'm telling you, Alex Oti not be no go area. You don't go there. She go just use this one. They go just use and destroy whatever momentum she's trying to gather. What kind of rubbish is this? Nowadays, people don't defend what is right. They defend who they like and benefit from. Clearly, she's benefiting from him. Or she has in the past. This is the problem. You have all these nonsense Hollywood, Nollywood actresses doing the bidding of this government. That's why they cannot talk. They can't speak for you. They cannot. I beg. Go to other thing annoy me. I no go lie. I was just like, what is wrong with this? What is wrong with this girl? Does she not have enough problems of her own? Let's listen to this take of this girl.
Politics. So Doris Ogala came out to rubbish the efforts of Governor Alex Oti of Abia State. Like she endorsed what Senator Ojuzo Kalu said about Governor Oti, renovating and repainting existing projects he, Ojuzo Kalu, built. Girl,
you are a very terrible person for spewing that nonsense.
Jeez.
For the very first time in 33 years of Abia State existence, Abians unanimously elected an exceptional man who is making a very big difference. A compassionate, incomparable, and assiduous man that loves his people and has restored the glory of Abia. Governor Alex Oti is an answered prayer, and it will be an abomination for we Abians to sit and watch you, Doris, like Doris of Pastor Chris Okafor, to belittle and dismiss the revolution going on in Abia and ably engineered by Governor Alex Oti. That's preposterous. We can't do it, Mba. Now, for contest, let's watch what Doris Ogala said before we analyze.
Yeah, good morning. I just been very busy, so I don't really pay attention to Abia State politics. I saw a video of my boss.
What bullshit is that? What is she doing?
Governor Alex Oti has not done or constructed.
Welcome, rich man. Hello, Jamaica.
As a governor, that he urged to Carlo belt. So it's 2009, I'm sure. So now this morning, I'm seeing another video that Alex Oti's media team brought out to counter what my senator, my boss, or Oga said, Senator Audrey Okado. Now let me clear you guys. That video is a damage.
Exactly, Kola. Did the access road bring electricity to Abia State? Very small-mindedness.
When he constructed that road, that Governor Alex Oti has not constructed or created a new road in Abia North, which is true. All the roads in Abia you're seeing was constructed by Senator Audrey Okado, and no other person has given or created any other access road to Abia North. Quote me right, or come and prove to me that you have created a new access road in Abia, except the one Governor Audrey Okado did as a governor. Come and prove me wrong. Not bringing them their own video where he's praising the governor. Of course, he praised him for making it or innovating it, making it accessible for us to move. Not that he created a new road. That's the point he's trying to make. You guys should always listen. Governor Alex Oti, you guys should try and do better. Social media is not reality. He's stating the fact.
Doris Ogala, we've seen what you said, and I'm taking up this challenge. Our people say that talking it is sacrilege for an elder to sit at home and watch a pregnant goat suffer the pain of maturation while tethered to a stake. I am Adibo Global and a proud daughter of Abia State. My mom is from Abia, Obingwa precisely, and I was born and bred in Aba. I had my formative years in Aba before relocating for studies, and I can categorically explain how Abia degenerated since 1999. Yes, first of all, I have nothing against Audrey Okalo. I feel he had an average performance during his administration as a governor, but things fell apart and were destroyed when his predecessors came on board. Now, the roads that Audrey Okalo is claiming he built weren't even built by him. All those roads were built by late Dr. Sam Mbappe, who constructed most of the roads in the old Imo states, of which Abia State and Afikpo South were part of. You know, I was born in Nuera Hospital at Azikiwe by East. Then my family, the Journey's family, was living at 206 Imo Road, Aba. Shortly after, we moved to Sisio Hank Road, Aba. What Audrey Okalo did then was renovating what Dr. Sam Mbappe built. However, his innovations always got eroded by the elements because of the inferior materials used. That was how Ohank Road, Port Road, Force Road, Omoma Road, Orata Road, Eche Road, Ekapara Road, Crystal Park, Omoye, Ovom, and the rest spoiled beyond repair, and we are jettisoned by them. Evidence Jungali, where are my Arab people? Arab people, my Arab people have suffered terribly in terms of dilapidated roads that even made Arabs to always say, which means there's no road we can travel to Aro that is good. Normally, the people of Aro are supposed to use the Ozuabam in the Okereke road to connect directly to Amovi in Arochukwu. A journey of less than 45 minutes, but because of how ramshackle that road was, Arab people would maintain a straight way to Ohafia and then make a detour to Akano, Ohafia, and then Ndume, Aoke, and then to Ihechowa villages, Ututu villages, before hitting Uguakoma in Arochukwu, stretching the journey to over 2 hours. It is not as if the Ohafia road so much Akoma in Ihechowa is smooth. I remember when my elder brother, Jonathan Sikina, was posted to Obindo in Ihechowa for his NYSC. He had to immediately be deployed to Omoye because the roads were terrible. Abia people have seen premium shade from 1999 to 2003. It was during this period that Aba became very dirty and was notorious for filth and stench. Back then on the internet, Aba always topped the list of the dirtiest city in Nigeria. You all know this now. I'm not lying. No. In fact, Abia State was nothing to write home about. The executive administration of the past governors rubbished the confidence of Abians that many Abians were always ashamed to admit that they were from Abia States. Like, I'm not lying. Abians suffered in silence. When we packed into our new house at Ariari Axis, my brothers would swim the ocean of Ukumango there to attend school at BTC and also boys along Force Road. Me, I went to Abai Girls. I was even lucky. Put on a gas line here. I just entered to Sisioma, and then we were passing through Sisioma then. Sisioma to go to Abai Girls. Umode Road at Ukumango perished, and nobody remembered that road. People lost their land and properties to flooding in Ohank, Omoye, Crystal Park, Watercourt Road, Orata, and Omoma Road. Nobody cared when we go in Basara. When you know, care. Because everybody was free. But one thing Abians did was to pray. I remember my pastors and members in the Assemblies of God Church, Albert Central District, crying and praying unto God to remember the Abia. I remember teachers that were sacked. I remember salaries that were not paid. Civil servants died in ignominy because the past governors of Abia State since 1999 couldn't do the bare minimum. Many youths fled Abia State. I fled, I won't even lie. It was this period that Akwa Ibom rose and shone like Orion. Akwa Ibomites that were marked as great men and cooks got their confidence. Abians didn't give up. Governor Alex Oti came into the picture and promised he would do a new thing. Chai, don't get me in your horror. Governor Alex Oti contested twice and lost, not because he didn't win, or because the votes were manipulated. Maybe then I was waiting for him, but then in 2023, God used the Vice Chancellor of Federal University of Technology, Omoye, the very amazing Professor Nena Oti, to challenge the status quo. Ladies are meant for Jen, Mayagwani said, if she perish, she perish. Now, Bumadu gave me and came out. She did it and restored the people's mandate in just 2 years. 2 years. Governor Alex Oti wiped the tears of Abians in just 2 years. 2 years. Governor Alex Oti changed the story of Abians. Abians are now comfortable and proud to say they are from Abia. Hey, in just 2 years. Over 5,000 new teachers and more were recruited. Even Abuja, private school very soon, like teachers. Government school, but understand that. I'm over talking, I'm sorry. Over 1,000 doctors and nurses and health practitioners were recruited. Jehovah Lee, Alex Oti, Mado. You are a human being, and in Jabia, against Cherigawa. Oh, no, let Alex Oti, Sarani. Yeah, I'm serious. Like, oh, no, you won't know that you know. I Alex Oti about politics. I have nonsense. No one is you. That will buy here. Alex Oti about hope of the common man. I'm coming here now. I'm sure I'm not sure about Mabuja. I'm not what I had the state. Biko. Then after all this, there is one Joyce Ogala, the shameless adulterer and pulpit maker, that will come and say Governor Alex Oti is living in his organs or whatever shadow. Doris, you will my God. Abians are not smiling. You ask for evidence. Chilas, I will show you plenty of it. Nonsense and ingredients.
Holy Mary, I see your comments. I don't know whether they not fit gather the girl, put some sense inside her brain. She's doing too much. She has too much on her plate. Mirabel, I saw your comment. Too much. Shamelessly going online. Only you are coming out. You don't use your own mouth by yourself. So you be part of the problem for Nigeria. With some of these shameless pastors that you people call men of God. Men of God of men. Doris Zukwanike, as they say. Zukwanike, oh, Doris, you have enough on your plate. Go and finish the one on your plate first. Only you have enough. Because leave Governor Oti alone. Because nobody, everybody go follow drag you. You cannot handle this one. Just come out your hand, come out body. Don't let people enter you. Just come out your hand, come out body. Collect your money, go. Since that is the way you live your life, these useless politicians, imagine the audacity, their envy. Governor Oti, they make them shame. They're not the should be that they feel go their state now. That they feel enter their state freely and come out freely. Because a man secured the state for his citizens. Useless people. May the man go on Doris, whatever her name is, so. May she not say people love her like that. Some of us don't care. May she go come out. Exactly. It seems that the more fundamental issues that people have become so overwhelmed with mediocrity that it becomes difficult for some people to fully appreciate advancement when it comes. Yes, that's another problem. Yes, Scholar, you're right. That's another angle. This change that is about to come, Nigerians themselves are resisting it. It's part of the problem. People that are benefiting from this nonsense that is going on in Nigeria are many. So they don't want it to change. They've been so used to mediocre, dishonesty, lies, corruption. I beg. Very shameless girl. Human being go just dey, you go just shameless. No shame. God forbid. Only you come out, put yourself out there. Okay, you use and get views. People sorry for you. Give you opportunity to tell your own side of the story. You come now, you want to come and are you okay? Somebody should go and tell Doris Ogala, Zukwanike, she should go and sort out her issues. Focus on that. I beg. She clear road for us, so. By the way, when I remember this picture, when they claim say be una T-Pain, they say na Tinubu president he was a young fella at that time with tuxedo white suit. Okay. Now, according to Grok, people went to do their digging. Trust Nigerians. According to Grok, the viral photograph circulating online, often claimed to be Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a young man, is actually an old image of the late father of Nigerian comedian and content creator Cute Abiola. Okay? The man's name in the picture is Abdul Gafar Ahmad Oluwatoyin. The photo depicts a man in a 70s style white tuxedo with dark trim, a ruffled shirt, bow tie, lapel flower, and an afro hairstyle, likely taken at a formal event such as a wedding. It gained renewed attention when Cute Abiola recreated the outfit for his own birthday photo shoot in April 2025, leading to discussions about the resemblance. Multiple social media posts and comments have clarified that it is not Tinubu, despite the mistaken identity due to facial similarities, and warned against misinformation. This echoes past instances where other photos, such as one of former Governor Donald Duke as a child, were falsely presented as young Tinubu. And then the person who posted it said, this man Tinubu has no history. Oh. Who really is Mr. Bola Tinubu and where is he from? Would we know? Are we going to know? Hopefully we will know before the man Kweme. Because it's a mirage at this point. Look at him. Even use Grok, they create meeting with Kagame. Kagame not post on for his own Twitter page. Nigerians. Omo, I am rooting for the Iranians, so Omo, the protest is not giving way. They increase every day. And then this Peter Obi posted his own picture from Tambuwal's birthday party, 60th birthday party. Remember the photograph that Atiku posted showing Peter Obi bending down to him. Peter Obi posting on. They even do video of Peter Obi bending to greet everybody, not just him. Oh God. Now my president post the one where they bend, they greet Obasanjo, post all the others. Oh my God. You don't know how lucky you are if you're supporting Peter Obi. I'm telling you, blessings after blessings. Okay. Now, Netanyahu, the Israelis are supporting Iran. Okay, it says here Netanyahu addresses Iranian people. We will be partners again. He's saying Iran. I don't know why I'm saying Iran. Iran isn't a permanent enemy, and that things can change once the regime does. We all hope that the Persian nation will soon be free from the yoke of tyranny. When that day arrives, Israel and Iran will once again become faithful partners in building a future of prosperity and peace for both peoples. See Iran, though. They are not letting up inside cold. Look at what these people are doing. And guess what? It wasn't their first attempt to. They've tried to protest. They've tried to protest against this regime for many years. This is the first time they are having a real success and gaining attention. Meanwhile, your media, the big media, they are not reporting it. Anyway, let's move on. I just want to show my support for them. Okay, we can listen to when Bill Clinton talk about Palestinian states.
Yasser Arafat didn't tell me the truth. And the only time Yasser Arafat didn't tell me the truth was when he promised me he was going to accept the peace deal that we had worked out, which would have given the Palestinians a state on 96% of the West Bank and 4% of Israel, and they got to choose where the 4% of Israel was. So they would have the effect of the same land of all the West Bank. They would have a capital in East Jerusalem. They would have I can already talk about it.
Okay, I'm going to check now, Tracy.
And they would have equal access all day, every day, to the security towers that Israel maintained all through the West Bank up to the Golden House. All this was offered including, I will say it again, the capital in East Jerusalem and 2 of the 4 quadrants of the old city of Jerusalem, confirmed by the Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak.
Did you just send it, Tracy?
His cabinet.
The one that you sent, there was nothing attached.
And I think part of it is...
You sent it very early this morning. There was nothing attached. I saw it, so I just thought maybe not a mistake. Can you hear me resend the video? Because when you send, nothing there attached. Make I even respond to you.
First, before there was, their faith existed. They were there. In the time of King David, in the southernmost tribes had Judea and Samaria.
Okay, so let me read the top of it, if it's not clear for some of us. Okay, he says Palestinians were offered a state on the entire West Bank and East Jerusalem as its capital. Israel accepted, but Palestinians refused. They did not care about a homeland for the Palestinians. All they wanted was to unalive Israelis. This is an old video. All right, let's listen to Mr. Ugochinyere.
You had a 600 billion naira left. You want him to bring budget, so you chop something. You forgot that we have passed the budget.
Yeah, so Mirabe, make Shizukwa Nike.
2025.
Yeah, no resemblance. They can't find
so
anything.
So you can't ask the state government to present a budget. The only time they can present a budget is after August or thereabout 2026. So what is the basis for the so-called impeachment? If not that somebody wants to blackmail somebody somewhere or harass somebody to get more agreement or more concessions against a sovereign people, has Rivers people become so insignificant that they can't decide their affairs any longer? That those who have ruled them before will hold them hostage? You had a 600 billion naira left. You want
this Ugochinyere, the man don't they talk true for even lose family members during the election. To all the truth tellers, stand strong, man. I know it's not easy in a world that wants to believe lies. I want to feed people lies. If you are still being able to tell the truth and stand for the truth, tap yourself for back. Okay, according to this news, it says a parliamentary speaker in Iran has warned Donald Trump that any attack on Iran will lead to Tehran striking Israel and regional U.S. bases as targets. This is from Sky News. And there are now speculations that strikes may actually be underway in a little bit. All right, let's watch this together.
Let's bring you some breaking news coming into us about Iran. There is a meeting underway in Iran's parliament at present, and the Reuters news agency has just reported...
Yeah, just send me the link. Text me the link.
US President Donald
Or
Trump
email me the link.
Attack would lead to Tehran striking Israel and regional US bases as legitimate targets. Donald Trump has repeated his show of support for protesters in Iran just last night. He said the US is ready to help as those protesters face more threats of a brutal crackdown. We've had warnings from the country's Attorney General saying that anyone who went out on the streets would be considered an enemy of God, which is a charge that carries the death penalty. So the latest is that during a parliamentary session in Iran, the speaker there, according to Reuters, has warned Donald Trump that any attack would lead to Tehran striking Israel and regional US bases as legitimate targets, they say.
Yeah, and just further to that, during that meeting in the parliament, it's reported by the AP that lawmakers rushed to the front at one point, started chanting death to America. Of course, the parliament is controlled by hardliners, but that signifies, I think, doesn't it, Anna, the sort of tone from the regime in Tehran has certainly hardened in recent days and hours against those protests. We'll bring you the very latest on that, of course, throughout the day.
They have turned this tax law to the act. This is Olusegun Bakare. He says on Twitter, They have turned this tax law to the Yakubu electoral law, where only the corrupt judges can explain with technicalities written for them. A law that is supposed to be clear and straightforward for everyone to understand will now be subjected to the interpretation of one corrupt judge. One line of that law will mean two things, depending on who you know and the party you belong to. Bam. Okay, that's what's going on with the tax. Because KPMG don't bring 31 errors. Everybody has been speaking against it, but okay, let's move on. Now, this is a fire incident that just happened. This is a Chinese mattress company in Igbesa in Ogun State. It's on fire and no emergency services in sight. The whole thing will burn to the ground. You already know. Let me just play the video.
Now, you know, just be like saying they don't do at all now. Better holes go be say them go spread that. You know how we go to do now. This one small hole, we don't big point. It's small go, but see something. This one will go complete. No matter nothing they want, but that you say the wood now better part we say they pump well.
Tracy, I never see the link, oh. Okay, so they're saying a Chinese company. No, who knows? You won't know. Let me check the comment section after the video. You hear that? Now, wow. Let's see. Let me see what the comment is saying. Can you please confirm date of this? Let's see what Grok has to say. Based on research reports from the Daily Post, Nigeria, the fire at the mattress section of a foam producing company in the Guangdong. Oh, so now Chinese Free Trade Zone, Igbesa, occurred January 11. It was triggered by a gas explosion. Nigeria, you need to change this narrative quickly, ASAP. They are saying that Ogun State Fire Services responded promptly to this situation, but they did not come on time now, bros. Everybody's trying to defend the indefensive. Now, I don't understand. Okay, let's listen to Tambuwa's accusation here. All right.
Intimidating, harassing governors to join their political party. This is what they started right from.
Okay, thank you.
When cases were in Supreme Court, we were aware that the presidency was involved in midwifing a process whereby every governor was returned. Even
I saw it. I shared it before now. Maybe you missed it. I shared it yesterday. I'll share it again now.
All all the governors who had cases at the Supreme Court. It was clearly negotiated, and then the intervention of President Bola Tinubu made them to continue, and that's why they feel morally obliged. There is that political IOU between the president and those governors, because that was the deal for them to join his party. That's not democracy. That's not politics. And when governors are defecting, the way they are defecting, I defected as
they tell you,
but I
Mike.
didn't defect to President Buhari's political party, even though I was as governor from the Northwest. Out of my conviction that his administration was draining, I left and joined the opposition in an attempt to re-establish clear, proper democratic efforts and democratic governance in Nigeria. But when I see governors running away from their political party simply because they want to go and align with the center and belong to the center because they believe that they are going to write results for them, it is bullshit. Nobody is going to write any results this time around.
Okay.
Nobody. We are ready and prepared to go through an electoral process that must be free and fair. And any attempt to write any result will be resisted, lawfully and constitutionally.
Okay. Now don't hear am. Sam, we will attack Oyo State on the 20th of January. Bandits. We can listen to the
Nigerians.
English Alaji.
So yesterday, being the 10th of January 2026, terrorists, aka bandits, they sent 2 letters. 2 letters to the people of Ikoire in Orire local government area of Oyo State. You know the story, they will not tell you, but Alhaji will tell you. What the media will not tell you, the English Alhaji will tell you. Are they active? They sent 2 letters to them. In the letter they wrote, the people of Ikoire have refused to pay up their levy. So it's as if the people of this Ikoire pay tax to bandits. Like they pay tax to stay alive. They pay tax to avoid being attacked by these bandits.
Now they here.
So for the past days, they have not paid. Bandits have not received any money from them. So now the bandits are angry. Very, very angry. So now they are writing to them that because you guys have refused to pay, we are going to attack you on the 20th of January 2026. Look, see the audacity.
Wanna help me double tap to like, oh, I beg. If you haven't liked,
because you guys
don't like, thank you.
We are going to attack you on the 20th of January 2026. Go and do verification. You see, I put the village there. Ikoyi Ile. The local government is Orire local government area of Oyo State. You see there's a village there. There's a local government there. There's a state there. And there's also dates there. The date that they say they will attack is the 20th of January 2026. As I'm talking to you right now, the people of that community have started fleeing their village for fear of attack. They have started fleeing the community. Don't be saying, go do verification. Go do your findings. They have started leaving their community. Those ones who cannot protect themselves. Why some are like, yeah. So I'm using this opportunity to call on the Nigeria security agencies, the police, the army, and I know say, when I don't read the letter. So make una.
Hey, so now your people over to now. They don't torchlight a lot of mosques for Iran, no. They don't torchlight many mosques for Iran. This young boy, they say they find out for Umule Road for Aba. He was sent away by the people he was living with. The guy just did. Oh my God. The thing is heartbreaking for me. I no lie. I no fit watch the video. It's sad. It's very sad what's going on in Nigeria. See Iranian people. See Iran. See? Now only the people fit deliver themselves, so I don't ask this question too, Michael. I say I know they hear from the CDS Musa when they rave about. Oh, CDS Musa, oh, phenomenal man. Ooh. I know the man don't go radio silence. Abi, you want to say no, they hear wetin dey happen again. Shebi he say no tolerance. So Abi just can't give fancy speech. Now people have come out and say they low key they work for Sultan. Not be me talk am allegedly o. Yeah. Edo chose competence and equity in Dr. Asue Ighodalo after Obaseki insisted on justice and fairness. But Tinubu APC with INEC, Nigerian Police Force and the court imposed Okpe. Today, hardship, insecurity, kidnapping everywhere. Truth remains, you can't steal a mandate and govern well. Okpe never talk. He not care. He not send una papa. Not gonna put on for there. This is Canada. Iranians in Canada. See them. See them, Nigerians. When they go say, "Me una come and go protest about wetin concern all of una go dey talk." Now na walk pass. Now na get excuse pass. See.
برگشتن پهلوی وحشت هر اجنبی بلند بگو هم شهری شاه رضا پهلوی نظام رسیده پرت کن بلند بگو جاوید شاه برگشت شاه به میهن دوای درد وطن این آخرین نبرده پهلوی برمیگرده داره میاد پهلوی زجه بزن صدایی راه نجات وطن پهلوی ایران میشه گلستان شاه که بیاد به ایران که شاه نداره حساب کتاب نداره آخون باید گم بشه توبتان فش بشه گم شو بیرون اجنبی داره میاد پهلوی فریاد بزن جاوید شاه هر وطن برگشتن پهلوی
So, my people, on that note, I hope you are inspired by what Iranians are doing. Okay? Now, Leos. May I read this thing for now? This is from Queen B. Revelation upon revelation. If they push me to the wall and I'm forced to open my mouth, I will tell the whole world how I helped the APC win the last governorship election using the Edo State INEC Residential Electoral Commissioner, who is my cousin. Ew! Nigeria. Anyway, my people, now here I go drop am. You guys should have a wonderful day. I might come out later. It depends. We'll play it by ear. Una well done. Thank you all so much for joining me. Michael. Yeah, may I quickly read through comments before I go? Mona novice. None of the government nowadays, they even pretend to establish water towers or water boards. We grew up seeing majestic concrete water towers servicing the city. Those towers are now defunct. Of course, no government even talks about water supply again. As for roads, Oji Kalu, they vex. Say Alex Oti, they paint roads. Shey we no get Minister of Defense again. Christopher Musa just dey enjoy political patronage and is technically doing and will do nothing. Iran was a great country until Carter administration decided to work with the oppressive Islamists to govern them. Now, the same US is trying to destabilize the government because of BRICS. I don't think so. That's not the... I don't know. I don't think so, though, Michael. The Iranian people themselves want to be free from the repressive regime. America is not involved, though. Please, let's not get it a beg. I know say a lot of people don't like the Trump administration, whatever, but no, Trump is not about taking over people's countries. I don't know why people can't get that. The man say he wants to, and I'm not referring to you, Michael. May you know they offended, though. The man say it's America first, is what would benefit America. He's not interested in fighting multiple wars. He's literally trying to establish peace in the world. Have you guys not notice him? You don't have to be his fan to acknowledge the work he's doing. Iranian people are the ones resisting the repressive government that they have. They've had a repressive government for 47 years. They have tried, but they have not been successful because why? The other people that have been in party, the Democrats, never give them an opportunity, right? To come to do what they need to do. Now, when they fight, they resist. Trump can't acknowledge them. Say, we see the fight on they fight too. We see the fight because they were buying a lot of protesters. Trump can say, if we continue to buy, we go do what we need to do. You know they do a beg. Mona no push narrative. Na beg a they beg una. The man is not interested in taking over anything. You know, they literally, they talk him over and over. I beg now, please. I want freedom for the Iranian people. Iran was not a Muslim republic. They were jollophing prior when they had a monarch. Okay? So now that they have a repressive system, people can't even afford. You know how many people don't flee Iran? Over 8 million. Or 7 point something million people. I beg, we don't need to like Trump to acknowledge in good work. I beg. Not be because of BRICS they destabilize, and because people don't want their repressive government again. I'm sorry. I know we like the talk of BRICS. I'm sorry. Freedom is more important. Make people they at peace, have their freedom is more important to me to all this bigger other things. So if you know who trouble food, now they say, okay, you know, I like most people are not happy with their government. Exactly. So which one? US not they involved in that one. Now they see what the people they do, they acknowledge them. Does it mean that there will be elements within maybe the American government when you want to take advantage? Of course, in every situation, that's why they be. When you don't have the right government, like we are suffering in Nigeria now, we don't even know how many countries. Did we not see the video of one man from whether not Poland or some European country where they mine gold for our backyard for not? We not see them. You know how many countries they do things for Nigeria as we speak? People are literally taking advantage of us because we don't have a decent government who cares for our needs. They don't care. So I beg me, Trump now our daddy right now. So anything when I talk about her, they bother me. I don't like him because now my dad, now our daddy right now. He's literally fighting for peace for the world. He's literally, that's where he stands. And if he wants to benefit the American people by saying, you know what, since I did this for you, I don't want too much, I want a percentage. Why not? The resources where most of these countries get, you know, they benefit the people. Instead, the people, they suffer, back-to-back suffering. Anyway, Michael, my brother, you know, I understand what you mean. And I saw your comments previously, obviously, I did. But, you know, the last one, now you can't take a one con they use them. Con be like say you want content, they use them till they, you know. But anyway, my people, let's end it here. Let's end it here before we quarrel. Alright, guys, I'll see you on my next one. Enjoy your Sunday. Una do well. Thanks to those who have liked. Please, as you are leaving, like Tracy, thank you. Kola, thank you. Mira, thank you. Such a delight to see you again. Thank you. I appreciate. all of una, I appreciate una. Who was here? Oh, Dr. CM, everybody that was able to join. Holy Mary. As we go quarrel, we'll settle now. Now your wife now go settle us. If we quarrel, we'll call your wife to come and settle. We'll say, oh yeah, judge the matter. And your wife dare not take your side. Now there we go take a problem. If your wife take your side, the quarrel go double. Me, I know the like, because wives are always taking their husband's side. I don't know. In this quarrel now, me go winner. You understand? So, Kene, thank you very much. Oh, everybody that was able to join, I appreciate you now. Rich man, my Jamaican brother, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. I go see you again, Sha. Maybe later on in the day. I don't know. It depends. Mona like on our way out. Oh, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Bye.